Well, this was a very pleasant surprise for a Sunday morning in particular. I ordered this back at the start of April from Andertons in the UK when they first announced it. And yeah, it's here now in the middle of July. So I thought today, on the day I've got it, I'll put a quick video together just to show you what it is, what it sounds like, how it all works. So maybe not too in-depth today. But I bought this because someone in our Liverpool synth group actually owns a real one, which I was hoping to get my hands on to have a play alongside. So hopefully I'll still be able to do that soon. This one was £549, but here's an original for sale at the minute in the UK for £4,500. So you could get 9 of these for the price of the original. I really do want to have a little play with it against the original. But as it stands, getting out the box, having a little play, it feels like a really nice bit of kit. For anyone who's interested, the pots are plastic, but that doesn't really bother me. Everything just feels nice to use. You do feel a little bit like you are using a vintage synth. So let's take a quick look at what we've got here, all the different functions on it. We've got 2 LFOs, 2 VCOs, we've got 2 filters and 2 envelopes, an AR envelope and an ADSR. The filters, we've got a bandpass filter, and then the main filter can be low pass, bandpass or high pass. And we've also got a sample and hold circuit over here on the left. On the bottom left down here, we've got the controllers like portamento and the bend control, which can either be for the VCO or for the filter. We've got got control over the amount of bend there. Semitone, whole tone, or the fifth is that. And then the VCF. That's interesting, that little scratchy noise. Makes it feel alive. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Then we've got portamento, we've got variable or fixed. And then the main tuning knob. Let's turn all that off for now. Like, we've already heard it, obviously, and I think this has got a really nice tone to it. It's nice and bright, and the resonance really can screech a bit. But before we listen to the overall tone, I'll just show you what's going on the front panel, really. On the top here, we've got our modulation routines. So LFO1 can be a sawtooth or a reverse sawtooth, and we choose what we're going to modulate with it using these switches along the top. So for modulating the pitch of oscillator 1, for example. It's all very self-explanatory. Just follow the little orange arrows. Sample and hold. So although I said we've got 2 LFOs, we've really got 3 if you think of sample and hold as a bit of an LFO. As a modulation source, it's definitely separate. Got white and pink noise over here. We'll look at the oscillators in a second. In the center, we've got our main mixer for VCO1, VCO2. We do have ring mod there as well. Got external in and the noise. And then with these, we pick their routines, again, using these little switches. So they can either go to the main VCF and the bandpass filter, just the bandpass filter, or bypass the filters altogether and just go through the amplifier. And then we've got a selection between the ADSR, a gate, or the AR envelope for these as well. And you can trigger the envelopes with the keyboard, sample and hold, the LFO, or external. So it's actually a really complex little synth. It looks quite basic, but once you start playing with it, there's an awful lot going on in here. So as is traditional, then we'll take a look at the oscillators to start with. We've already heard them. Let's make sure we're on a sawtooth, say, to start. Turn the modulation down, pulse width on 0. We've got a triangle. Nice tone. Then we've got a sawtooth. This is a lovely bright sawtooth. Let's turn the cutoff up. Should we listen to the triangle with the cutoff up? A little bit buzzier. Interesting little things happening with the top end there. But I do have that EQ scope cranked up really high. Let's listen to the sawtooth again then. Look at that, just shooting way over 20 kilohertz. Lovely, lovely and bright. It's great, that, isn't it? So we can go from here, well, all the way down to here. Square. That's got some power, hasn't it? Yeah, this is all really, really nice. Let's put it onto the pulse width, or the pulse, I should say. Manually adjust it. Or with the LFO, we can use the square, the triangle, or the sawtooth from LFO1. But what's interesting here actually is that let's use the triangle for this. For modulating the pitch of the oscillators, we've got access to the sine, and the sine has a delay, but the triangle doesn't. So that's really quite cool. So you can have the pulse width modulation as soon as you play the note. Listen to that. But modulating the pitch of it, you can have the delay. So let's put a little delay on there and turn that up. It's on sine. And of course, sample and hold as well. With slow. Cool. This pitch control, let's just turn off PWM for a minute. Let's put it back onto a sawtooth maybe. And let's actually tune it, shall we? Have I still got some mod on there? I have. There is an overall tune on the back, on auto tune. Is that a button? We'll have to check that. So it's been on for a while now actually, so we'll see how well it stays in tune over the course of this video. So we go up to a G and down to an E. Is that so? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. So plenty of pitch to play with. We've also got sync on this, and actually when I first turned this on, these were both down there, and I was playing with it, and it was doing all sorts of strange things on different notes. I didn't realise sync was on. So let's maybe have a listen to sync. Is it syncing VCO 1 with 2 or 2 with 1? It's syncing 2, is it? Yeah, okay, so let's put this onto a sawtooth as well. Let's put it up an octave or two. Modulate it with the ADSR. Put the overall tone or the VCA on the gate. It gets a lot quieter when you use the gate or the AR actually. I'll show that in a second. Trying to do a little Daft Punk robot rock. You may have noticed the modulation options are also different on VCO2. We've got the ADSR as an option for the pulse width, which we don't have on VCO1, and we also don't have access to the LFOs for pulse width modulation either. And we can take keyboard follow off. Which is very handy when it comes to using ring mod as well, because you can get all sorts of nice clangs. We can use an external in, or we can just use the VCO1 and VCO2 for the ring mod. Let's turn that up. Let's take the the sync out. We've also got weak sync as well. Maybe she'll have a quick listen to that. Rattling through this really quickly because there's a football match on later. Yeah, I prefer the strong. It's got more beef to it. So ring mod. We don't have FM on this, but we do have the ring mod. So we can get all sorts of lovely clangs and stuff. That's nice, isn't it? Go down an octave. Beefy, that, isn't it? That's really good, that. Losing a bit of power as we get up there. I don't know if that's usual or not. Or something to do with the key follow. It's weird. Weird, but anyway, that sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, so don't know if the original will have done that or not at all. Anyway, moving back over to this mixer. Noise. Let's have a listen. White and pink. And that's actually going through the band pass at the minute. So let's put it through just the VCA. But if we look at this band pass, this is really nice. So we've got a level for the band pass. So you can balance the band pass with the VCF because we've got an option for VCF and the band pass. That's going through both. Let's put an oscillator or two through it. Let's modulate that maybe. So this is all quite unique, isn't it, really? I really like this. And this main filter can be bandpass or high pass. Let's put them both through the main filter only. Cool, so we're already looking at the filters. What should we do with this? Should we try some resonance? Let's go just for a straight sawtooth. Bring in resonance. We're not losing much power there at all, are we? Okay, watch your ears. I'm going to do a bit of a sweep. Going a bit higher. Whoa. nice and spiky, that, isn't it? I'll just turn that down so I don't deafen myself. So it looks like it's stopping up there at 20 kilohertz. Keyboard follow on, turn the oscillators down. That works. Back to me little voodoo ray. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? We can modulate that with the ADSR or the AR envelope. We're using the ADSR at the minute. Or we can have a gate. Put the sensitivity up. So now we're going to be listening to it through the ADSR. We will stick the VCA through the AR. Again, volume drops. Don't know if it's meant to do that. I had noticed actually when I first turned this on that you get really nice big fat level from this that I don't think I got from the Poly D or the Monopoly. But you can hear how much quieter that is than this. And you'll notice there that that really does, that AR envelope has a sort of gradual attack, as does the gate. Again, I don't know if it's meant to do that. The symbol here indicates that there's some sort of exponential, is that, or is that a logarithmic attack? So I'm trying to play the VCF with the AR envelope and get something snappy happening. Let's so sensitivity up. So we're getting a fair amount of modulation there. Turn that key follow down. And listen to how snappy this is. That's nice and snappy, but I would much prefer this gate to be on or off and not a gradual increase. But as I say, maybe that's what the originals did. I'll lose the volume again. So yeah, that's a little bit strange. What else haven't we really looked at? This hold is quite interesting. It's a hold, but you can hold at different levels. Again, when I first got it out of the box, first played with it, I was wondering why it sounded like it was like a little leak. But it's not, just turn that down. And then you'll notice we've got panning. Pretty sure we don't have these two on the originals actually, so. And I'm not really sure, I haven't worked out yet why we've got panning. Because we've not got much to pan, have we? You could just do that on your mixing desk. And you can't modulate it either. Anyway, it's there. Got a separate phones level, which is really quite cool. And then, as I said earlier, we've got the different trigger modes for the envelopes. So it's got a little bit of ARP Odyssey about it and Octave Cat as well. I don't know which came first. So you have almost got like a little sequencer, really, have you? If you could do a little bass line like that back in the 70s, maybe. Put it onto LFO2. Well, you would if you could play it in time. So yeah, just a really quick overview. Other things maybe worthy of comment is that this is a little bit loose here. There's a chip out the side. There's a little dink in here and there's a little dink there. I know it's only £549 compared to a £4,500 vintage one, but yeah, you wouldn't expect to have little dinks and tiny chips out of the paintwork. It's nothing so bad I'm going to send it back. But just, you know, people do ask these things. But overall first impression is this is a really cool little thing. I really like it and it's not going back. So I hope that was of some use to somebody somewhere. If it was, please do subscribe, ring the bell, join me over on Patreon. The channel is funded by my wonderful patrons, YouTube ads and affiliate links. This was bought using YouTube ad money and affiliate link money. So that's what happens with the cash that comes in. It does really help to support the channel. Also, do take a look at my starskycar.com website as well. There's patches to buy, there's samples, bits and bobs on there, and there's free stuff as well. But as I always say, it's nice if you pick up some of the cheaper bits and bobs, because it does really help to support me. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time, maybe with an original one of these, or maybe actually do some music with it rather than just play sounds. Anyway, thanks a lot for sticking to the very end, and I'll see you soon.